Good day. Today I want to tell you a story I wrote a couple of years ago about Coconut Baba. Coconut Baba. See, I visited India, Vizag, my hometown, several years ago. I can't remember. One day I decided to go to Venkateshwara temple near the beach, all the way near port. So I had to walk through. It's the end of the main street. The buses go up to the end of the main street and then they return. I got out of the bus and walked through what they call, I believe, Soldier Pet, a narrow street that leads to the ocean, and then you turn right, walk maybe a mile to, and then you go to the temple, Venkateshwara temple. But in the Soldier Pet, a small strip of road, on the right side there is a small hill, 100, 150, 200 steps. A beautiful religious, Islamic or Muslim religious place, a place of devotion was there. They call it Dargah or Durga. I saw that, and then let me see, and then curiosity led me to go all the way, walk slowly on those steps, 100, 200 steps, and reach the top of the hill. It's a beautiful place, a place of devotion, a religious place. So I walked towards the Dargah, and a preacher or a caretaker, he's wearing a Muslim cap and a green cap and white long clothes, and he's a very, very interesting personality. So I greeted him and said, I'm passing through, I found it interesting. What is the history of this Dargah or this place of worship? And then he told a very interesting story. He said, during the time of Aurangzeb, I think he's the last Mughal emperor who ruled India, maybe around 1700 years or so, I don't know. He spent a lot of money for a lot of Islamic preachers to go across India, all over the India, to preach Islam, to convert some of the Hindus, if they want to Islam, a Muslim faith. So one of those preachers ended up in Vizag. His name is Medina, or Ishaq Medina, or something like that. So that preacher, there is no all this temple or this Islamic place of worship was not there in existence. This happened 400 or 500 years ago, according to this man. So this Islamic preacher named Medina was sitting under a coconut tree. And he is in yoga, praying Allah and all that. Closed his eyes. And one of the Hindu princes in a horse and with his associates were going by that coconut tree. He felt very thirsty. And they saw the coconut tree with a lot of fruits or nuts. So they woke up this Islamic preacher and asked, "Sir, we are very thirsty. Could you give some coconut nuts? We drink the coconut sap or the coconut water." I said, "Sure." He got up. And the king asked, "Do you need a long stick, maybe 20 feet long or something, to pluck the nuts from the tree? Because how can you pluck the coconut nuts without a big long wooden stick?" He said, No, watch me." He stood up under the tree and he extended his hand 25 feet into the air and plucked the coconut tree nuts. Unbelievable. The king was shocked, surprised, astonished to see this miracle in front of him. A man extending his hand 25 feet into the air and pluck the coconut nuts and give it to him and gave it to drink coconut water. The king was mesmerized. What a power this magic man, or what you call this Islamic man, has. So he gave from a golden or chains from his neck and gave it as a gift to this Islamic preacher and went on his way out. But what this man told me is the preacher, the present-day preacher, attending or taking care of Garba, those coconuts are still preserved. The coconut, there's a preacher who picked from the tree were still there. I was surprised. I mean, of course, coconut nuts will last long. They dry, it can last maybe hundreds of years. It could possible. So I'm anxious and I was curious to see and hold in my hand the coconut nut from hundreds of years. And then the Baba's name changed from Ishaq to Coconut Baba. Everybody is worshipping Coconut Baba. And the Coconut Baba died, at old age. And his body was brought and placed in a burial ground. And that burial ground on the top of the hill is the present-day Dargah, the place of worship for Muslims in Vizag, in Soldierpet. You can find it. Anybody who watched the video from Vizag can see, they know what I'm talking about. They all might have known if they are residents for a long time in Vizag. So I asked him, the caretaker of the Dargah, could you show me? He said, I'm sorry, sir, somebody stole the coconut 50 years ago. It used to be in this Dargah somewhere, in the storage place, but somebody stole it for private collection or something. I'm sorry, I cannot. He apologized. He said, fine, I donated some money for the upkeep of a beautiful, beautiful place. And the caretaker is also very, in his mid-40s, healthy and a muscular man, a Muslim man, good-looking man. And then I asked him, who is our devotees? He said, most of our devotees, majority of our devotees are Hindus, not Muslims. That surprised me, that shocked me. So Muslims attending for devotion to a coconut Baba, they call Baba, for an Islamic preacher. He said he get more Hindu devotees, truckloads of devotees will come when they go to Simhachalam and the tourist bus stops here, and hundreds of them Muslims will come here. Hindus will come here. So more Hindus than Muslim devotees, he said. That was amazing, So I want to share this story about Coconut Baba and his miracles and how that coconut was stolen by somebody for private collection.